guys, it's Josh Reviews, and today we're... Yeah. Sand sharks. Avalanche sharks. Why not? Which, by the way, something I should mention. This is not the first snow, cold type shark movie. Because we have this one, avalanche sharks, ice sharks, and snow sharks. I'll review them eventually, but not now. Not now. So is this movie good? I debated about reviewing this movie because it's snow themed, so I figured, hey, maybe I can wait till Christmas to review this movie, but nah, I'll review it for Shark Month. And then tomorrow, or the next day or whatever, I'm going to review Sharks in Venus, or Venus Sharks, whatever, or Venice, however you pronounce it. Well, things I liked. First of all, I don't know much about the movie Snow Sharks, but I heard it's bad. So thankfully this one, from what I've seen, is a lot better. I like the cinematography. I think the actors do a pretty good job. And you know what? The sharks don't look half bad for a low-budget shark movie. Especially one that... Did it premiere on the Sci-Fi Channel? Well, it says right here it was made by ITN. Which, by the way, that's not a good sign. Look at this movie, for example. Cheat the Hangman. ITN distribution, or distribution, whatever. ITN, dear God. So, the sharks don't look half bad for a low-budget shark film. I think the budget for this was like maybe $100,000 or something like that. The actors, I don't know if I said they were good. I mean, they're not bad. There's a few that aren't that great, but you know, not bad. Look, first of all, I want to get something straight. Did I enjoy this movie? Yeah, I think there's a lot to enjoy. I think the best part of the film was probably the kills. They were out of nowhere and they were pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. There's one kill that was just absolutely hilarious. This crazy dude is like stabbing a shark and he's like, "Please, I can't defeat it. Kill me!" And the fucking Marine main character gets a shotgun, does a flip, and then blows the guy's brains out. And I just bursted out laughing because it's like, why? Why? What was the point? Like, I know he asked you to do it, but it came out of nowhere, and it was just a lot of, it was really funny. It's the point I'm trying to make. So the kills, creative, cool. For the low budget, they weren't bad. Acting is okay. Cinematography was pretty good. The sharks didn't look that bad. So what didn't I like? Even though I enjoyed this movie, there's a lot of scenes that could have been cut. I'd say the most interesting, the most interesting stuff in the movie is the last 30 minutes. The rest of it is just talk about how these sharks are it's an urban legend. The sharks are up in the mountains, snow sharks and whatnot. And there's a lot of side plots that don't go anywhere and that they don't mean anything. The characters, while they're not dickheads, I can't really get into them because the acting's okay and overall the characters are just okay. So, kind of left me with a mixed feeling. But man, does this film drag sometimes. I'm just gonna say, I enjoyed it. Let me get that straight. I did enjoy it, but this movie at times drags. There is a 10-minute scene or something like that, like a 5-10 minute scene where a guy is explaining. Okay, so the whole thing with this movie is that the snow sharks are like an urban legend on the mountain. And this guy, at the beginning of the movie, he explains it to his two friends. And he says, I'm gonna tell the story to a bunch of girls to try and sleep with them because he's a dumbass. So we get a 5 to 10 minute scene where he's explaining the exact same urban legend to a girl. And we, as the viewer, have to hear him say the story a second time. Why? Why do we need to do that? We already know the story. Why do we need to hear it again? Makes no sense. And not only that, these three characters that like get introduced in the beginning of the movie, they hardly show up. A lot of characters are introduced, and they don't do a lot in the movie. It's like, which by the way, our main character, the Marine guy, I'm just gonna say he's both hilarious and dumb. First of all, his character's okay, acting is okay, but there were a lot of times where the filmmaker or the actor, the filmmaker told the actor, or the actor in this case, would always like just randomly say, well, I'm a Marine, so I know what I'm doing. I'm a Marine, so I'm in charge. And it's like, okay, we get you're a Marine. Stop telling that to everybody. There's literally a scene where a guy is literally bleeding to death. And he's like, shut up, Dale. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm bleeding. Like he says something else after that, and then he says, oh, I'm injured. What are you? And he says, what am I? I'm a Marine. And we'll fix you up. We'll get a Band-Aid for your boo-boo. And I just sat there like, it's a good thing you said you're a Marine for the 20th time. And the fact that you're going to get a Band-Aid for that guy's boo-boo. There's a lot of random stuff in this movie that is just very, like, boy. And something I should mention, I'm assuming the reason it's a bad sign when the sharks look really good, but knowing that it's a sci-fi shark movie, or like a low-budget shark movie or whatever, it's a bad sign when the shark effects are good, because that means they're not going to use them that much. Like I said, this film does drag at some parts. And that's just because it's a bunch of characters talking. And they're not really, like, moving the story forward. So we just have to watch them talk as we wait for the sharks to eat them. And when the sharks do eat them, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun movie. Except you have to get through a lot of boring stuff before you can get that. So, do I recommend this movie? Depends. I like dumb shark movies. I like Ozark Sharks, Damn Sharks, Atomic Shark, Santa Jaws. I like all those shark movies. Do I put that in that category? No, I don't. But does that mean it's bad? No, but I wouldn't say it's good. So I'm just going to go down the middle and do this intentionally because I'm a dumbass. I'm going to give it a C for cold. It's just in the middle. So pick your poison. Either watch some of the other shark movies I reviewed and I recommend, or watch this one. I'm done. I'm gonna review sharks in Venus, Venice, whatever.